Keith, aka Gator Guy 231. It is Monday, August 10th, and the Europa League is back. All the teams are in Germany, so these are all neutral sites, although you could argue that Bayer Leverkusen does have an advantage already being in Germany. But single leg, winner advances, loser goes home. Should be fun. Just a quick reminder, hit the YouTube subscribe button at the bottom right of the screen. It really helps if you have not already. We have all sorts of free content, WNBA, NBA, PGA, MLB, pretty much if there's a major sport out there, we are covering it on this YouTube channel for free. All right, let's jump in to the games, the odds, and then get you guys out of here. This is not going to be a longer one. My son already woke up. The puppy pals are taking care of him in the background, but we'll see how long that sticks. So Manchester United is the big favorite. They are minus 436. Hosting Copenhagen, or not hosting Copenhagen. I'm so damn used to that being the home side, but playing Copenhagen. Bruno Fernandes is going to be the most popular player on the slate, and for good reason. Was the best. He and KDB were the two best DFS players in the EPL to end the season. Just had a little bit of a break over all the set pieces on PKs and an attacking role. He's just going to lock him in. On the Copenhagen side, Pep Biel went on the field, takes almost everything for them. If for some reason he wasn't in, I don't expect that, but if for some reason he wasn't in, you probably see – we'd have to see because Bengtson is not even predicted in. So just really going to depend on that lineup. One of those things that if you are part of our Discord chat, I update as the game starts. On the other side of things – all right, sorry about that. The first adventure of the kid being awake while recording reared its head. So let's go to the Leverkusen versus Inter game. Inter is a slight favorite, plus 107. I'm going to go over the sets, but there's a chance that Inter's been playing this, in my opinion, I guess as a DFS for a crappy lineup, like Ashley Young and D'Ambrosio as the wingbacks. No Eriksson, no Sanchez. They just really aren't generating a ton of corners because it's not the most attractive football. So we'll go over that, but that's kind of the formation I've seen predicted from two sites. All right, let's jump. But that game has a 2.5 total versus 3. Here's going to be the thing as we jump into Man United versus Copenhagen. I think the most popular route of lineup building is just going to be stacking Man United. So most people are going to start with Bruno Fernandes. They're probably going to go to Marcus Rashford, and you're going to make a decision on from there, if you're going to play Lukaku, or if you're going Martial or Greenwood. The more conservative DFS approach is you go with the wide player, so you go Greenwood over Martial, but we've seen Martial in great form, probably more likely to score than Greenwood. So that's really United. It's going to be these front four. I do think, once again, you're locking the two best players from their side. Then you can fit Martial. There's going to be a salary available. There's not exactly the greatest players potentially to pay up for in the second game. But, maybe your second forward is going to be one of these two, probably Lukaku or Martinez from Inter. And then, you can make an argument for Volland. Paul Pogba's fine. I've been kind of expecting more and more of Pogba with Fernandes back. Just thought it would give a little more freedom, especially with Matic back there. But Pogba's been okay for DFS, but nothing spectacular. Wan-Bissaka's fine. He's expensive, but he's fine. Just keep in mind, he's by no means an attacking fullback. That's not his trade. His trade is a great defensive, great tackler, does just enough in offense to get by. So I don't necessarily just go because I'm stacking up Man United that I have to take Wan-Bissaka. It's not like I'm thinking he's going to be crossing 8-9 times. But again, a fullback on a favored side, you have a clean sheet bonus live. All it takes is one pass for him to get an assist, so he is fine. Brandon Williams, on the other hand, would be significantly behind him for me. Just not a good attacking fullback. Whoever plays left back for Man United has never been DFS friendly for the last 2 seasons. Luke Shaw doesn't cross the ball a lot. Brandon Williams doesn't cross the ball a lot. You're really relying on tackling, fouls drawn, a clean sheet, and hopefully just one pass leads to an assist, but not something I'm going out of my way for. I do think it's fine if you want to go Harry Maguire for a header goal. I have no problem with that. And then, obviously being such a huge favorite on a 2-game slate particularly, The whole goalie thing is, whoever fits, whoever lets you build your lineup in the best, most optimal way. Well, you could argue that with the second game, with Inter versus Bayern being so kind of like DFS blah, that you could argue Sergio Romero or David De Gea. I think it should be Sergio Romero. The Europa League's been Romero's competition. But you can definitely make the argument that that goalie could score more than anybody's floor in the other game. So should you just pay up for it? There's a very strong possibility you do. On the Copenhagen side of things, I don't think you need any of these guys for cash. Pep Biel to me is a little bit overpriced for somebody that in a 3-0 game only had 2 corners. So I'm very hesitant on going that way as a plus 1,000 dog. Falk Jensen was by far and Jonas Wind were the 2 best players, and they kind of have been the 2 best players at the end of the season for Copenhagen. Wind is a fine GPP plug. Like if you think that Copenhagen scores a goal, it's probably through Wind. And Falk Jensen took 3 shots on target, scored a goal, which is overall very active, and he's cheap as well. So I don't mind that. Rella and Boylsson don't get forward a ton anyways. Neither one of them are high crossers. If this is Bengtsson, he's a little bit more active. And, for some reason, if you didn't see Beal, he'd probably be on corners. But Boylsson didn't show any sort of adventure getting forward up 3-0. So, with like Greenwood and Basako or Varela side Rashford attacking them, I don't think that they're going to be bombing forward much at all. Okay, I think that wraps up Copenhagen. Let's go to Inter versus Leverkusen. Let's start on the Inter side since they are the favorite. So if this ends up being the formation, this has been what they've gone with pretty much 2 straight games, and they have not been generating corners or DFX like action outside of goal scoring to speak of. Ashley Young has taken the most corners out of this lineup. Brozovic took a free kick. And then, it's just not been much. D'Ambrosio is fine. He's only 4,500 and defender eligible. So I think if he starts out wide as a wingback, then he is perfectly acceptable. Probably somebody I'm looking for in cash. The easy way to know if D'Ambrosio is a wingback or a center back, because he has played in the back 3 a ton, is just by counting the center backs. So if you see Godin, if you see De Vrij, and you see Bastonian, then he's a wingback. If you only see 2 of these guys in, then he's in the back 3. Like if you see Victor Moses, you see Antonio Candreva, those are the 2 most likely right wing backs. D'Ambrosio's in the back and you need to fade. So I hope that makes sense. I don't think Ashley Young is like somebody I want to go out of my way for just for like 2-3 set pieces. This all changes, obviously, if like Eriksson or Sanchez is in without the other. If Sanchez is in without Eriksson, he takes a monopoly. If Eriksson is without Sanchez, he would take a monopoly. If neither of them are in, but we see like Cristiano Berghuis in, he would take all of them. And if none of those 3 are in, and you see Candreva, he should be on them. So kind of like intersets are crazy. I'll definitely guide people through that in our Discord once lineups come out. Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez are by far the 2 best DFS plays. Lukaku is on PKs and just been an awesome form all season. You would be choosing him over United forward. So just keep that in mind. Make a decision on, if you like him. Lautaro has a better floor. It's more active. Just a better DFS player in terms of floor. But obviously Lukaku is more likely to score a goal. All right, I think that's Inter. And let's finish up with Leverkusen. So Leverkusen, they've had a long break with the German season ending so quickly. After the restart, we've only seen 1 game from them. They were fine in the second leg last week, but like a little less than spectacular. They definitely did not dominate the game by any means. So here's what you need to look for in terms of sets. So if Demirbay is in, Demirbay is going to take. If Demirbay is in, though, and playing in this kind of, you see 4 other attackers, and he's going to be sitting deeper, I think there's a strong chance that you go ahead and just fade as, a slight dog to enter and playing a more like defensive type of role or a more central lying role. I don't think I would want to run to him. What I'm really hoping is that we see something similar to last game where we didn't have Demirbay, there was no Amiri, and there was no Bailey. Florian Wirtz would jump on corners, which was surprising last time. I thought it would either be Kai or even Sinkgraven had taken a few corners in the final game, but it was Wirtz taking everything. He's only 3,900, so that would be a pretty easy play. There's a decent chance that you're playing Wirtz even if you don't think he has sets. If he starts this game, he looked that good. Young player that I think quite a lot of. The wings are the other best cash plays. I don't think it's a slate for Kai Havertz just because of the United pieces that you're going to be taking. But obviously, he's world class, one of the best young players in the world. If you want a lower owned goal, he's not going to go owned because of Bruno, because of Rashford, because of Martial, because of Lukaku. I don't think Havertz is going to go owned. So he's a very interesting route for GPPs, as are Volland and Diaby. Both great players, have fine chance to score or produce, especially if you think Leverkusen is going to win. The fullbacks are okay. I like the price on Sinkgraven. I think he's sub 4K, so he would be my preferred. Bender was actually the one that was better last game, surprisingly. He's fine. It was unexpected to see Lars Bender that involved in the offense. So not something, I'm necessarily expecting. So just kind of to recap Leverkusen sets, because I didn't quite do it good enough. If you see Demirbay in, he will have some share. If Amiri is in with him, he's probably going to be a split. You see Leon Bailey in as well, I would say it would be Demirbay and Bailey splitting. If you don't see Demirbay, or you see any one of the other guys without the other, I think all of them would be preferred to take sets over Wirtz. That's how the end of the Bundesliga season panned out. So, again, Wirtz would be the last one down. But if you don't see any of the other guys in, he'll jump on them. Anyhow, guys, I hope that this helps. Really do appreciate y'all's continued support. Sorry about the little kid interruption at the beginning, but it should be a fun day of football. Good luck to you, and I will see you tomorrow to preview the other two games in the Europa League. Take care.